Hello everyone, myself Sujit Sal, lecturer in Mechanical Engineering Department. In the previous videos, we have gone through low pressure type of boiler, that is Babcock and Wilcox boiler and Cochrane boiler. So these are low pressure boiler, means whatever the working pressure is there is very low. In this video, we'll go through what do you mean by the high pressure boilers. Okay, so we'll see what are these high pressure boilers, and in this particular video, we'll just go through the working of Lamont boiler. So it is a high pressure type of boiler, and then we'll see some of its merits and demerits. First, let's go through what do you mean by high pressure boiler. So here uses steam at a higher pressure and temperature. So using this steam at higher pressure and temperature, what happens is it improves the efficiency of the power plant. So whatever these boilers are there, they will be using in power plants. So power plants are the okay. These are the industries, or you can say power plants where the power is produced. So here the steam is used as a medium to produce the power. So the will be fed to the turbine, and turbine produces the power. So here if you use the higher pressure and temperature steam, it increases in efficiency of the power plant. So working pressure, whatever the is there of the steam, will be higher than the critical pressure of the steam. What are the characteristics of high pressure boilers? Okay, so you will get an improved method of heating in case of high pressure boiler. When there is an improved method of heating, we'll get a better steam pressure will be high, as well as its temperature. So the arrangement of drum and tubing is very good here, so that you'll get a uniform heating of the water, so that you'll get a more amount of steam with high pressure and temperature. And the method of water and steam circulation, so that also is an important aspect when you consider a boiler. Okay, so let's go through the first one, that is Lamont boiler. So you can see on the right side, this is a Lamont boiler. So here this is a chimney where when the whatever the hot gases or hot flue gases are there, after when the heat is applied through this, so they are made to flow through this chimney to the atmosphere. And then you have here feed pump. So here the main function of feed pump is to supply the water into the boiler through this feed pump. Whatever the storage is there, from that storage water supply is supplied to the boiler. And then we have this evaporating drum. This is a drum where the water as well as steam, they are made into two separate compartments here. So in one compartment there will be water coming to it, and same way when that steam is produced, that same steam is again made to flow into the evaporating drum. And then we have steam circulating pump. So whatever the steam or water is there, that will be circulated to the for these what we call them as evaporating tubes through this steam circulating pump. Then we have a distributor head. So whatever the water is there that is being pumped from this pump, that will be distributed to tubes. Okay, so this evaporating tubes. And then we have a superheater here. So that superheater helps in converting the steam. If steam has some water particles in it, so using superheater, so those water particles are evaporated and whole of that steam gets converted into superheated steam. Okay, so how this actually works is, so here this is Lamont is a modern high pressure water tube boiler. Okay, so it is a high pressure boiler, a water tube boiler it is. So here you can see what are these tubes are there. Inside these tubes water will be flowing, and whatever the burning of fuel is there, that will be taking place here, combustion chamber. And when it is burnt, heat is produced, and that heat flows through these tubes and the steam is generated. So water circulation is maintained by a centrifugal pump and nothing but what we call it as a feed pump. So this pump is driven by what? Turbine. Okay, so how that turbine is working? So that turbine is made to work by using same steam that is produced by this boiler. Okay, so that steam, when it impacts on the turbine rotates. So that turbine will be coupled or connected to the feed pump. So simultaneously the feed pump also starts operating. So here what happens is, initially from this feed pump, whatever the water is there from the storage is made to fed to the boiler through this economizer. Okay, so water first, there will be an economizer here, so it passes through the economizer. Okay, so economizer is used to improve the economy and efficiency of the boiler. So water passes through this economizer and draws to this evaporating drum. Okay, so whatever the water is there, it gets collected to the into this drum. So now here whatever the pump is there, when water gets collected in this evaporating drum, what happens? Whatever the steam circulating pump is there, it draws the water from here and it feeds to this distributing header. Okay, so water pump is there, it draws the water from here and it feeds to this distributing header. And once the water is in the distributing header, what happens? The distributing header distributes the water. Okay, through the nozzles. There will be a various nozzles here. Through that nozzles, the water will be distributed to this evaporating or steam generating tubes. These are steam generating tubes which are arranged in parallel. Right here you can see from here the steam water is supplied through this distributor head to the, it flows like this in this direction, and water starts moving here. So what happens is when the combustion takes place of the fuel, the heat is generated and it is made to flow through here through all these tubes, and the water slowly starts getting converted into steam, right? So water and steam from tubes passes into the drum. So here whatever the steam is there, it will be a wet steam. Okay, so there will be some water particles in it. So that steam will be fed to this again evaporating drum. Okay, here you can see this evaporating drum. So now from here evaporating drum, what happens? Whatever the superheater is there, so that superheater draws. Okay, it extracts the steam, whatever wet steam is there from this evaporating drum, and that steam passes from here and flows from this evaporating drum and passes through the superheater. So this superheater, what it does, it evaporates whatever the water particles are there, still water particles that are present in the steam. So it evaporates everything, and then it gets converted into superheated steam. So superheated steam that is coming out of a superheater will be high in pressure and temperature, which will be used and the same superheated steam which having high pressure and temperature is fed to the turbine. You can see here whatever the superheated steam is there, it flows. Okay, and it is made to flow through the turbine. So when it flows through the turbine, what happens, the whatever steam is there, high pressure and temperature steam, it impacts on the turbine blades again, and the turbine starts rotating, and simultaneously a generator is connected to the turbine, so that generator also rotates and electricity is generated. So this is regarding Lamont boiler. You can say this is a vertical type of boiler, forced circulation, right? And water tube, it is a water tube boiler. So we'll just go through what are its merits and demerits. Okay, so every apparatus you take, there will be some advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so we'll just see what are those. So first one, we'll go through merits. A high heat transfer rate. Okay, because it is a high pressure boiler, there will be a high heat transfer, and you'll get a proper, what we call, good steam generated with high pressure and temperature. So its design is simple. You can, if you might have gone through, it is a vertical type. There are two pumps, okay, storage devices, and there are what we can say steam tubes in which the steam is generated. So the design is very simple, and it can be easily started. There is no problem of starting. The high steam generation is there because it is a high pressure boiler, so whatever the heat produced will be high, and due to that, what happens, more heat, more steam is generated during this process, and then can be reassembled with the natural circulation boilers. So here in this Lamont boiler, it is a forced circulation, means water is forced into the boiler with the help of some external device. So here it can also be reassembled such that it can be used with the natural circulation boiler. So that is one major advantage. We'll see some demerits. So bubble formation on the surface of the tube reduces heat transfer. Okay, so what happens here is, whatever the water tubes are there, so when the formation of steam starts taking place, what happens, there will be a bubble formations on the inside surface of that tube. Okay, so when there is a bubble formation, what happens, these bubbles restrict the heat transfer to the water. So there are chances that whatever the whole water is there, that may not get converted into steam. So that is one major problem that is with Lamont boiler. Okay, so here what we have gone through is we have seen what is the concept of high pressure boiler. Okay, so whatever the pressure of the steam will be there, it will be higher than the critical pressure, so hence we call them as high pressure boiler. And then under high pressure boiler, we have gone through the first type, that is Lamont boiler. We have seen its construction, that is various parts and how it works, and also we have gone through its merits and demerits. So we have stated some advantages, and also there is a major disadvantage, that there is a formation of water bubbles on the inside surface of these water tubes. Okay, so that reduces the flow of heat to the water, and hence there will be a lesser formation of steam. So that is one major drawback. Thank you.